chicken and wild rice. They pretty much have the identical cooking time. So that works really well for, say, an electric pressure cooker like the Ninja Foodi or the Instant Pot, any electric pressure cooker. So what we're going to do tonight is I'm going to take this setup and I'm going to explain what I have here, and we're going to cook some it's actually a wild rice blend, and we're going to cook it with some chicken thighs over the top of it, where we'll get real chicken broth right on the rice because they're going to be sitting right here. And we're going to make some really good chicken and wild rice. I'm John Sanders, also known as Jelly 007. Right there I am. Let's make some chicken and wild rice. Okay, so here is my setup for this particular cook. This is a Fat Daddy-O pan that I'm using, but I mean, Ninja has one almost identical. I'm just not using it. I own it. I just don't know where it is, so I'm using the Fat Daddy-O PRD83. And then I think this came with one of my Ninjas. I quite honestly, I'm not even positive. I know this came with my Deluxe, my Ninja Deluxe. So I'm putting that here. I'm going to put the rice here. I'm going to set this right here. The chicken thighs, I'm going to use like 3, maybe 4 chicken thighs. I'm going to put right here, and they will, as they cook and as the rice cooks, it will drip true, and I mean true chicken broth right on your rice. And like I said, there's a rice I'm using, which is really a blend. It's got a brown and a lot of things in it. So, and I may throw some mushrooms on it. Now, one thing I want to say is I'm using this tonight. I bought this a while back to do a video because I was so moved by the story that comes with this Cupboard Pro, which was a firefighter from 911 who died from the stuff he breathed in while fighting that situation. Well, we're in the same situation right now. There are many first responders, nurses, doctors that are on the front line, and I'm telling you, I'm not going to get on this long. I just say this. This is what I bought. I bought this, and I want to put it in my video because these kind of people are really helping our situation, and they are putting their lives on the line. So, back to what we're doing, and I'm gonna see how I may put 2 or 3 chicken breasts here. When I come back, a lot of this will be done, and I will explain it. But I think I'm going to put 2 cups of this wild rice right here. We're going to use my no-fail method, which people said I didn't explain real well last time, so I'm going to explain it a little better this time, hopefully. But that's what I'm about to do. I'm going to get this started, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm going to slow down just a minute because on my last video that I named No Fail Rice, the whole concept behind it is this right here. And this is the part maybe I didn't explain as well as I should have. You take 1.5 cups or 2 cups of water and you put it in the bottom of your pressure cooker, no matter what kind you have. And then this right here is what makes it the no-fail, because as I explained then, the device has to be able to develop pressure. It has to create steam, which means it has to boil water. If you put rice or beans or whatever on top of that, it can't get that water to rolling like it does and like it should and create steam. So you can see there's a gap right there, so it can do all the water boiling it wants to. And whatever you have in here, which we're about to put rice like last time, whatever you have in here is still going to get all the pressure. If it's beans, if it's chili, no matter what it is, it's going to get all that pressure. It's no different than it being on the bottom. So I'm going to stop at that. And when we come back, I'm going to have a few things set up and get off of the part about the no-fail, which I think is as important as it's ever been right now. Okay, so here is 2 cups of a wild rice blend. And I'm going to put that right there. And then it wants like 1.25 cups of water per cup. So I'm going to put 2 cups of water on there, and then these 4 chicken thighs that are skin on and bone in are going to sit right here while we cook them, and I think that will make up for the half a cup of water that that it's calling for in Ninja's book. And that's for brown rice. It calls for 1 1/4 cup for brown rice. And if you need to know those measurements, if you ask me, I'll tell you. I'll if you comment, I'll tell you. But what I'm about to do is in fact, I'll do it right now. I'll put 2 cups of water, and then I'm going to rely on that chicken to provide the rest of it. The rest of the liquid, which is a lot of it's going to come. It's just like chicken broth. It's the ultimate chicken broth. So I'm going to stir that up a little bit. I'm going to set it in here once I do that and get that on top of it. So I'll be right back. Okay, right there is the 2 cups of wild rice blend and 2 cups of water. And here are my 4 chicken thighs. I'll shake them down, just make sure they're sitting in there good, just like that right there. Now, and as I said before, there's 2 cups of water in here. So set this in. And next is the lid. You need to make sure you can see what I'm doing. I think you can. Next is, I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit. Turn the unit on, of course. I'm going to go to pressure on high. Pressure on high for 10 minutes. Time is, well, it's already at high on 10. Make sure it's sealed, and it is. We're off and running. Now, once that's done, I'm going to let it do a 10-minute natural release. So, be back in just a second. Okay, so we are past the 10-minute natural release. So we're going to let it go, let it bleed down, and we'll open it up and pull some chicken out and see how it looks. Okay, the pin just dropped. Let's see what we got. And that's going to work. Let's see what our temp is. 190. The chicken is very done. In fact, it's burning my hand to hold it over that steam. 199, 200. The chicken's done. So what we're going to do is I'm going to, in fact, I could take that off right now. We'll take this off. I'll remove these and then maybe get, it's up to you to pull the skin. And I'm probably going to. I'm going to pull some skin off of that, the fatty skin. But all the fat that I want is in that rice. So we got to see how that rice is. So I'm going to get that out of there, and we're going to take a look at that. So I'll be right back. All right, so right quick, I had to get some gloves so I could lift that out of there, and we're going to see how that rice is. It looks great, but I mean, we're going to make sure. See if you can see what I'm doing. You can. And I got to get something to kind of mix that around a little bit. If I can do that right here. Yep. And as you can see, it looks perfect. Now we don't know yet, but I think it is. And I have no reason to think it's not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the skin off of this chicken, and then break up that dark meat off those thighs and add it to right here. Or you could, if you wanted to, just put it on top of there. I mean, there's 100 ways to do it. You could put you could brown it if you wanted to, but I'm wanting chicken and rice. So anyhow, I'm going to get that done, and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I decided to do was get my barbecue gloves, which is the ones I use with like a Boston butt. And that way I could kind of get this fat off there because it is very hot. And then I'm going to break up the chicken and just mix it in there and have chicken and rice. And I just tasted that rice, and it is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it gives you the feeling of eating something very healthy. I'm not going to lie. I love wild rice. So that's kind of the object of this is to cook wild rice and chicken, and it be done at the same time. And you saw this. It was the chicken was 200, 190. But you can see. I think I'll be able to show you in just a second. It's not dried out. The chicken's fine. The rice is perfect. And if anything, it maybe needs some salt or something. But see if you can see what it looks like. It's cooked perfect. In my opinion, it's as good as you get. And no fail. Okay, so here's where we are on my particular recipe. I put that can of mushrooms in here, and they will not have a problem heating up because I assure you that rice, everything here is hot. So it's going to heat up. I'm going to have to put salt on that. I'll have to have salt. I may put another can of mushrooms in it, but here's my point. And this is still very hot, but all I really want to do, since I've got the skin off, is just get the bone off. But it is very hot, and I'm just going to kind of do it a little bit at a time. Okay, right there it is. And it is absolutely excellent. And if you've ever cooked wild rice or brown rice, it can, I ain't gonna say it's tricky. You just gotta know, you gotta do the right things with it. That is perfect. I love wild rice, especially when it's cooked right. Now, I will say, I would have maybe added either a little more chicken or took away a little, maybe did a cup and a half of rice, because there's what I didn't add to it. And I did put another can of mushrooms. But take my word, I've already tasted it, and I mean it when I say there's no need of me eating it on camera, but take my word, the rice is perfect, the chicken's perfect. It's a really good meal. So, anyhow, hey, I love y'all all, and I hope everything is good at your house, and I hope this COVID-19 is gone from us very soon. It's kind of rocked my world a little bit, but anyhow, cook you some wild rice and some chicken thighs. That's what I used, and it's really good. I love y'all all. Y'all come back to see me, and y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.